Hello, it is me, Flynn, but I'm the default uh, Unity character here. So, if you remember a little while ago, I said I was going to make a game, and we're making pretty good progress so far. Now, what I can say is this is going to be a VR game, right? So, why are we in third person? So, it turns out there's something weird with my VR. I've got a Quest 3. So there's something wrong with my VR and the Unity, goodness me. The Unreal engine, basically. So it turns out it doesn't want to link uh, like that. So like Virtual Desktop just does not want to work. It just keeps on loading. I don't know if I need a beefier PC or what. So I don't think I do, but you never know. So this all looks pretty cool, right? We got a pretty good mountain face here. But here's the thing. Bam. This is the tutorial part, right? Pretty cool tutorial. We got a spawn location here, as it clearly states. And we also got a tutorial part. So this little area here will be the tutorial part. Now, if you want to figure out what that is, then you might want to join my Discord server listed, bam, right here. I'm going to look incredibly stupid if I don't put a link to it there. So future me, put a link there. All right, now this tutorial looks pretty large, one would say. Pretty massive. That's the whole theme of this game that I'm making here. So the theme is the area is going to be massive. Everything's going to be massive. Wait till you see the world boss. Yeah, we got a world boss. So let me go over to the other area and I will show you what the starting area looks like. Right. So welcome to the starting area. So the starting area, you will basically be inside this box here, and that's where you will spawn. Once you spawn, you're going to be dropping down into the playable area. Now this is a very large mountain face here that I'm going to be facing for right now, because when I turn around, you're going to see a whole lot of spoilers, right? So if you don't want to see the spoilers, you might want to look away, like right about now. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put like a kind of like a walkway going from that box into kind of like a main starting hub area, and then we can distribute ourselves throughout that way. Now, if we take a little gander right there, we'll see two birds, first dungeon. You can also notice how far away it is. The scale in Unreal Engine is absolutely kind of bonkers. So it's a fair ways to the very first dungeon there. The thing about the first dungeon is it might go away because I have something in the right corner there that we might actually pull a SAO, if you will. So looking around here, you can see this is a absolutely fairly impressive first gully here. I'm leaving that big thing in the distance kind of blocked off for now. So you can see when we're walking, it really doesn't look like we're going anywhere. This is exactly how big the very first area will be. That's exactly right. This area is the first area. There's so much more to happen. So there's big plans for this game, and I hope you will be along there with me for it. Now, progress for this game, obviously, it's only me, so it's going to take a little bit of time. I also, if you don't know, I admin for a really great community. It's the Rookies community over in the Orion Drift game. So, yeah, nice. Really nice spot there. I've got a lot to do over there, so that kind of has me stretched a little bit, but we're making it. We're making it. I also drive a truck for a living. Speaking of which, I hauled a 12-foot-6 wide load from Indiana to Virginia the other day. That was fun. I had escorts, and that was really good. Escorts are kind of like a godsend. I actually love those people. All right. Anyway, first dungeon, and now we got a big boy. We're going to leave that one alone for a minute. Now, I'm going to show you a spooky area. Hang tight. Right, so this is the spooky area that I was talking about. The aforementioned spooky area. The infamous spooky area. By the way, here's Greg. Everybody want to say hi to Greg? Greg's a cool guy. Really cool Unreal Engine logo right there on the front of old Greg there. And really cool looking. Kind of sad I don't have it on this character. But it is what it is. Now, this is a very large and very spooky setup we got going here. I can also tell you that this is a very, very large area. So the normal person that runs through this will not get through it in a timely manner. Ain't that right, Greg? Greg's a cool guy. All right. Anyway, now let's show you something else. Right. Now, you want to know a cool little thing? Do you recognize where we're at? That's right, everybody. We're in that giant structure that I was telling you about. It's third person, so unfortunately this is the view you have. So, yeah, it is what it is. We're in a giant tube. Now, here's the idea for the giant tube. Up until that first little, I'm going to align my head with that first little crease in the big tile there. That will be a single dungeon. That's one floor. And then you have two. Then you have three. And then all the way up there, right? So, look how huge each floor is. Each floor is absolutely insanely huge. Now, a cool thing that I figured out with the skybox, you can actually make multiple skyboxes, which means you can have multiple different kinds of terrain and atmosphere to each single dungeon level. That's right. It's going to be insane. Really cool plans for that in the future. Absolutely, 100%. Now, let me show you one more thing. We're going to show you Greg's big, giant uncle. All right. We're here with Greg again, but we're kind of outside. We're actually in a volcano. That's right. We're in a volcano, and we actually have Greg here to help us out. Now, if you're kind of sharp eyes, you can see something over in this corner here. So, imagine Greg. Imagine Greg here. Cool Greg here. But imagine Greg being taller. I present to you the world boss. So, Greg's giant uncle. I don't even know what to call this person. So we got Greg and Big Greg. Okay, so Big Greg is a scale on how big the world boss is going to be. And you can tell that they're the world boss because right up there it says world boss. And yeah, pretty cool. So we got Greg and we got Big Greg. And then we also got Greg way over there, but he can teleport, right? So that's why he's here and over there and over there. Insane. There's 3 Gregs, but technically there's only 1 Greg because he can teleport. So pretty cool. Big Greg is just kind of hanging out there because we've frozen him in time and he can't do anything at the moment, which is saving all of our tails, right? Because as the world boss, he's pretty tough and all that fun stuff. Yeah, cool. So that's going to be the size of the world boss. Now, that's really cool, right? Right. All of this is kind of like checkerboardy, so you're not going to be able to see a whole lot of texture anywhere yet, but all of this will be textured eventually, and it will look really cool. Really, really, really cool. So, that's a little update on the game, and like I said before, if you'd like to join my little personal Discord that I have with this game, I post updates, sneak peeks, all kinds of stuff on that Discord, and I'm going to pop it up right here. Bam! And I'm also going to pop up a little bit of a Discord to the Orion Drift Discord. Right here. Bam! And then right here. Bam! And then right here. Bam! So, if you want to go to any of those links, then jump on in there. And it'd be pretty cool. Appreciate y'all. See you next time.